Our whole passion in life is to share with people how to connect with themselves through the everyday choices that they make in life. And what better place to talk about, connecting with nature and eating better and all that stuff than in Maui. I mean, we've been amazed by the incredible farmers markets and just this sense of really a connection to nature is really what you're all about here. Mother Nature is it. This is how you live. So we're kind of preaching to the choir when it comes to that. But we really have a passion for living our best lives and being our own teachers, our own gurus, our own guides, our own nutritionists, our own doctors, our own whatever, just by connecting to what we're doing with ourselves. And we've come together, we're in a relationship, and it's really about exploring new ways to become more connected to ourselves, and then of course connecting with others, and in that universal law that we're all the same.
Well, the other thing that we've been exploring on this whole journey in the book that we're writing is we've sort of been uncovering how things operate out there, and I'm big on stats and facts and how things sort of work, and we've come upon quite a bit of information, and we're just out there inspiring people and giving them more of this information.
Where their food comes from, what happens to our food in this country.
We've invested in a farm, and it's biodynamic farming, and that seems to be going really well. And we have a community back in Venice Beach, California, and there's a couple of thousand people that go to this one store once or twice a week, and we get food from all around the United States. And one of the places we get our dairy from is the Amish in Pennsylvania. It makes a trip across the country on a freight, and we get about $7,000 worth of dairy each week, and Meryl's now drinking raw milk.
Not personally.
No.
Okay.
But close.
Yeah, there you go, we do. But our whole point is to inspire people to, go to local farms, eat locally, and get more connected. I mean, not everybody's going to invest in a farm, but here, it's your opportunities are so vast, because I think it's Wednesday and Saturday or something, there's a farmer's market around here, and what more beautiful way to connect with nature? Because a lot of times people think of connecting with nature as totally separate from our regular mundane life, and I talk about the mundane as being our exquisite experience in life, like how do I make breakfast in the morning, or how do I make my tea? It's these simple things that we do, the simple rituals of life that actually connect us to ourselves and connect us to nature and connect us to our community and make us more in tune with a higher being or something. That's right. How do we connect to nature?
We think that every day is Earth Day, and we believe that watching simplicity, sunrises and sunsets. We catch a sunrise or a sunset at least every day, one or the other, and we consider ourselves lucky if we catch two. And we also believe that by doing this, it changes your endocrine system, and it makes you healthier, happier, and stronger. Meryl and I feel like we're going to be here a lot longer than the retired 65 or the death at 75. I claim them to be here for over 200 years. There's no reason that I won't be. I'm in the same shape that I was when I was 25 years old. I still run the mile in 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah.
We're both coming up on 50. It's about 2.5 years for me, and it's about 1.5 years for Meryl. And she doesn't look a day over what? 29. I'm going to give her 29.
He loves me.
And the facts that we uncover, with longevity, heart disease is still #1 in the United States per killer, and cancer is #2, but our doctors are #3. Over 400,000 deaths a year from doctors. So with healthcare, we believe that healthcare starts with ourselves, and if we take care of ourselves, we won't need to go see the guys in the white coats and hope for the best.
One of the things that people really don't connect with, understand is the connection with food is really so much more powerful than we give it credit for. If you put an Advil in your body, or let alone something like a Vicodin, and you don't have pain anymore, why do we not consider food to have the same effect on us? It absolutely does. What food you put in your body has an effect on every cell in your body. And the problem is most Americans, and I don't consider you most Americans, but most Americans Americans are so anesthetized by the food that they put in their bodies that they can't even feel these detrimental effects. So when you begin to take away the layers of toxins that most people are ingesting, and they're actually paying to ingest, you know, they start to become more connected, but it takes a lot. So we want to inspire people to connect with themselves, because you may say, oh yeah, well, they're close to 50 and they're really healthy, but that's genetics. It's actually not all genetics. It's about choices that every one of us can make. Companies in this country want you to stay sick. They want you to stay sick because it sells drugs. It makes money. So all these kinds of, you want to make better choices just in the simple things that you do so that you can live a super long, healthy, happy, and vital life.
Exactly.
Said, I don't eat abused animals. That's a very, very important thing to me. I hate factory farming. I don't eat abused animals. And it would be my preference to be vegan, but I know that it doesn't necessarily work for me. But I don't, you know, again, I don't eat something that I know has been through torture or pain or anything like that. So it's about the choices that we make. And I think for regular Americans, you know, out there, you have to inspire them to make healthier, better, more conscious choices.
They're just not getting the information.
And they don't know. We don't know in America what, you know, the FDA can change what they do to your food every single day and never tell us.
We get our eggs from our own farm, and they last 6 weeks on the counter.
We never refrigerate them. We mostly eat them raw.
Right, and the regulation on eggs, 23 hours a day is a cage-free egg from the FDA. 23 hours a day they're in a cage, and then free range is they can make a 360 degree turn on a piece of cement. That means
they usually don't know how to do it, so they don't know that's available, so they stay in the cage. I mean, it's really...
So we're right, and we're always learning, and we're always getting educated and figuring out what's the ist or the best, what helps us the most. We get buffalo from an Indian reservation, and they pick a buffalo, you know, out of the herd, and you know, it's things like that. And I did the same thing as Marilyn. Not 16 years. I lasted about 6 months as a vegan. And I'm an O blood type, and I'm very athletic. I went to the Olympics in '92 for wrestling, and I dripped 8 pounds in my sleep. So, you know, she eats these massive bowls of salad. I don't know how she does it, but, you know, I eat raw meat and raw eggs and raw milk, and I do very, very well on that.
But the point being that there's not one size fits all for anybody. You know, it's everybody has a different body type, a different way, a different being, but we can all make conscious choices. That's what we can do. Nobody should eat abused animals. Nobody should support unhealthy farming techniques. You know, all of those kinds of things. That's why we say support local farms. Go to farmers markets. Talk to the people that are selling you the food. There's an exchange of energy, an exchange of love, an exchange of Mother Nature's energy to you when you actually participate in doing something like that. You know, when you really participate in the community. And then, you know, we universally connect in that way. Anymore?
Yeah, well, back in the States, a lot of things are certified organic, and they're not. There's chemicals in so many of the things, you know.
Well, organic now is, what, how many? 35 chemicals are allowed in organic food?
Up to 35. Because
Who knew that?
Because of the movement of organic, the farmers, the conventional farmers don't want to wait the 7 to 10 years for the soil to change. So, you know, loopholes, money, loopholes. When you're eating your food, if there's a chemical or something synthetic in there that's less than 1%, they don't have to disclose the information. But what's going on is there's 40 chemicals less than 1%, so you're having that food or whatever it is that you have, we don't even know what it is anymore. The synergy of all the chemicals, you have like 20% of chemicals that you're eating. I talk about this a lot to the men. You know, men's sperm cell counts are 70% less than they were in 1929. You know, I like being a guy personally, and Cialis, Viagra, Levitra, you think we're healthy? That's why those drugs are out there, because we're healthy? So people don't look at that. And then plastics, you know, drinking out of plastic bottles, and it's airborne, you know, and that knocks us around. So many things are changing, and the only thing you can do is get the information and sort of fight back, and that's what we're doing.
Somebody with B positive blood.
B positive. Well, I'm an AB negative, so which is like a B or A. And you have for a B or an A, your tendency towards being more vegetarian-like is fine for you. So, you know, because I can do that. I don't need meat the way he does. He actually needs it. It's like it really energizes his system. For me, I need far less of it. I only need it once in a while. I do like fish, you know, but I'm very careful. That it's wild grown and all these things. It's just really important to make, you know, to make conscious choices. But I would say that you don't need as much meat when you're a B negative, or you know, an A or a B.
And you sort of got to check it out yourself. You know, test yourself on what works best for you. You'll know.
You'll know how you feel. I mean, even though I'm, you know, an A blood type, you know, I do need meat once in a while.
More about what you're doing?
Yes, well right now my site, marielhemmingway.com, is the only site that's up, but soon beyounow, B-E-Y-O-U now.com is going to be up.
That's the name of our book.
And that's the name of our book, Stepping into the Life You Were Meant to Live.
And we're going to travel to different places around the world and pull this information from different people and tribes. We're going to get together with, is it the Apache? Who is it?
Oh no, there's an indigenous tribe. I don't know if anybody's read this book, Born to Run, and they live in New Mexico.
But the Born to Run tribe, the whole tribe, they run barefoot their whole lives. They're barefoot their whole lives.
They're indigenous people, and they do run barefoot. And so we're going to go there. And lately we've been we do walk in the woods, in the mountains. But he's been making me run, and I run like this. As he's running, I don't think I'm going to make it very far.
They run hundreds of miles barefoot. Obviously, I won't be able to run.
Men, women, children, the whole tribe. It's not just like the men. It's very.
And they believe that their connection to the earth, the electromagnetic field, is by having their feet on the ground. So, you know, the sun penetrates the earth, and the earth lets out an electromagnetic field that goes through your body. Well, 70% of the absorption of the skin is through the feet. So we're walking around in rubber shoes and grounding it out and not pulling up this energy. And I know when I go, you know, into the Santa Monica Mountains or bigger, going to the Sierra Nevada, and I'm there for a week, I completely change because I'm barefoot the whole time, and I just keep pulling this energy in. I come back to LA and people say, "You're not from here, are you?" You know, that lasts for about a week. You know,
and it's the same here. When you walk, you know, we walk barefoot on this land and on the beach and in the sand and, you know, in the dirt. It's powerful, and if you really start to understand that these connections aren't just superficial, or it's a great way to work out, or it's woo-woo and meditative, it's actually legitimate science that you're getting. You're getting a shift of your energy. Your frequency changes when you absorb that, you know, you're absorbing the nutrients from the earth. So what perfect day to be talking about that than Mother Earth Day on Maui.
There you go.